Howdy, this is Immortallium here, and today we're going to be discussing my Star Trek series. This won't include the movies, just to tell you, just because of the fact that I just want to focus on the TV series right now. So this is just basically just going to run through my opinions of the Star Trek TV series, each one, and just tell you what I thought of it, what I liked about it, what I didn't like about it. Yeah, so first up, we've got the original series on Blu-ray, no less, which is fairly cool. I got these as they came out. I think I bought them at a bit of an extravagant price. I won't tell you what price it was, but they were a little pricey. Where are they good is the question. Well, first of all, yeah, these two are. This is the first and second season, and they are fantastic. While there's a few weak episodes every now and then, as with any TV series, of course, there's some fantastic episodes, some very likable characters. You know, Spock, Kirk, of course. Those would be the main two. But then you also have McCoy, you have Scotty, you have Uhura, you have Sulu. Although you don't see oh, what was his name? The guy who, you know, Walter Koenig played him. Chekhov. You don't have Chekhov until season 2, just to tell you. He only appears in this box onwards. But they're fantastic. It's a fantastic cast, some fantastic stories. Of course, okay, actually, I better tell you as well, the special effects. Okay, in these Blu-ray editions, you have basically you have two options for special effects. You have the original visual effects, and then you also have enhanced special effects. Now, I remember watching the first episode in the original special effects, and you know, it was good. I liked it. But I then did the next episode in the enhanced visual effects, and it looked better. And so I decided to just go through the whole series with the enhanced ones. Now, when I say enhanced special effects, I only mean, like, you know, the Enterprise, you know, obviously planets, some space battles. When it comes to kind of land-based stuff, there's very little. Okay, there's a little bit more added in with the visual effects. You know, you might have a laser beam being added in and all that jazz, which is good, of course. So yeah, that's these two, and these two are highly recommended. Highly. Now, to get on to season 3. This season is good, I'd say, although certainly not as good as the other seasons. What are the issues, I think? Well, first of all, a reduced budget. It was cheaper looking, the special effects were cheaper, you know, the sets were more limiting. And of course that then had an effect on the stories as well. You know, there's some episodes in this and they're not great. Let me just see if I can get you some examples. Well, very first episode on this, of course, Spock's brain. Well, that is a fairly bad episode. And then, is it Plato's Stepchildren? The one with all the children is fairly bad as well. There's some great episodes as well in this, don't get me wrong. The second episode on this, the Enterprise incident, is fantastic. It's fantastic. And, yeah, overall, I definitely really like the Star Trek original series. And it's well deserving of its place as the initiator of the whole Star Trek series franchise. So yeah, that is highly recommended. First two more. If you have to get just, you know, 1 or 2 seasons, get one of the first 2 or the 2, and then 3 if you want to go on more and be a completionist. Don't worry, me wrong, number 3 is very good. But some weak episodes overall and cheaper effects and all that. Then we have the animated series. And to be honest, I found this a little boring. I mean, it's decent enough. I mean, there's some Very good stories as well. Like, I mean, well, More Troubles was the one I took most note of. I thought that was a fairly good episode. But then there's some fairly lame episodes, actually a good few lame ones in my opinion. So this more is a completionist thing. You really, in order to get benefit out of it, you want to be a completionist. Maybe some of you like these stories more than I did, but I thought some of them were a bit cheesy, childish, etc, etc. And another thing is that the animation was done by a company called Filmation. I'm not sure what that means to you. I guess if you've seen that He-Man video online, you know, you'll get an idea of the animation quality, which is very weak, very weak. But one cool thing is that they got a lot of the voice actors back to do it, which is very good. They didn't get, who was it now? Chekhov, I don't think they got, and Sulu. But then they got, no, I think they had Sulu. I think it was just Chekhov they couldn't get back. But they got everyone else. So that was very good. So that is a benefit. It just, yeah, it's not as great. For the next lot of them, rather than taking them out, because there's a good few of them, I'm just going to move you to them. So, let's start off with The Next Generation. So we have The Next Generation here, all 7 seasons, and yeah, the first season is fairly weak. There's actually an episode, I think, what was this, 10101010 or something like that, and basically I thought it was, you know, a lot of people actually liked that episode, but I didn't. I thought it was a bit weak. The whole first season is a bit weak, but then season 2 is a big improvement, and from season 3 on, fantastic stories. Of course, you get your stinkers every now and then. Usually one's featuring, what's her name? She was played by Majel Barrett. But overall, it's a very good series. I'd highly recommend it. You know, you have your likable cast. Patrick Stewart is fantastic as Picard. You have your... actually, you know the beard I have? Based on Jonathan Frakes. Yeah, that's how much I love Jonathan Frakes' beard. So, yeah, that's awesome. And very, very good episodes. Like, fantastic. Brent Spiner's Data, I actually have an autograph by him. So, that's awesome. So, yeah, fabulous series, fabulous cast. Great special effects. Okay, I guess you have to start from season 1, I guess. But know that season 1 isn't representative of the overall quality of the series. Because the series is very good, in fairness. So, yeah, let's move over to what I consider to be the best Star Trek series, which is Deep Space Nine. Yeah. Now, this is my favorite Star Trek series, just to tell you. The stories are deep and with, you know, powerful morals. You have your cast of characters which are just amazing. You know, you have Benjamin Sisko, and you have, as the captain, you have, what was her name? Nina? Yeah, the Bajoran. And Odo. And Quark, and you even have Morn, which is a hilarious character. Like, I mean, he never says anything throughout the entire series, but it's fantastic. Yeah. So, Deep Space Nine is my favourite by far. I have to say, one of my favourite TV villains ever, Gul Dukat. Gul Dukat is an amazing character. Like, I mean, he's deep, he's deeply layered. He has, you know, he's evil at one point, good the next, but isn't inconsistent. You know, he's always working towards the Cardassian goal until, yeah, later. At which point he kind of just, yeah. So, fantastic series. This is my favourite of all the Star Treks. Now, just to tell you, season 1 was done by Michael Piller and all them. And as I say before, it's not representative, except for one episode in that is very representative. It's called Duet. And Duet is amazing. You know, just, if you see Duet, you'll see what I mean. It's just a fantastic episode.
Season 2 is an improvement, but not as great. Season 3 is okay, but there's a lot of good stuff in there. Season 4 is where it gets amazing from then on. Like, it's just a fantastic series. All the way up to Season 7 with its epic 10-episode ender. 10 episodes. With the last one, I think, being a double feature. So yeah, that is a fantastic series. Really love that. Really recommend Deep Space Nine. Get it. Get it, okay? It's one of the best TV shows I've ever seen. Then Voyager. Yeah. Probably my least favourite of all the Star Treks. Can you imagine? Well, with the exception of anime series. Basically, it opens up very promisingly. I mean, you have the Voyager, USS Voyager, being sent from into a completely new quarter of the galaxy, and it's just like, I guess the biggest issue with this series is the fact that it had so much potential, and then just kind of devolved into just, you know, going from planet to planet, you know, sorting things out, moving on. What I really hated was, you know, they had all these big storylines set up, you know, Chakotay and Torres's rebellion against the Federation. You know, that was a big deal at first, and then it kind of just disappears. And I was thinking, like, that's so lame. They should have just continued on. In fairness, though, the Doctor is like brilliant in this. He's played by a guy called Robert Picardo, and he's like my favourite Star Trek character in this. He's just epic. You know, he's hilarious, he's charming, he's witty, he's full of emotion. I mean, if you had to see Voyager for Robert Picardo and his Doctor. It's fantastic. He's probably my favourite Doctor, actually, of all the Star Treks. Now, in fairness, he is a fantastic character. So yeah, with Voyager, yeah, there's no season really where it gets great. I mean, it's all fairly mediocre with some very bad episodes, some good episodes. In fairness, like, I'm not saying that it's completely bad. I mean, there's some very good episodes in there as well, but they're far and few between, and overall it's just quite average, in my opinion. I really think the potential was squandered. Actually, one other thing I just remembered. They're in a new galaxy, a new quarter of the galaxy, and yet they're constantly finding these planets in which, you know, humans there, you know, regular humans, no aliens. And I'm just thinking to myself, oh, come on. You know, you can't even afford to actually just make, you know, some makeup for them and just, you know, call them some alien kind of species. That's just lame. Real lame. And then we have Enterprise, which is a lot of people view as their least favourite. I actually think it's pretty good. I like it. Enterprise Season 1 is a decent opening, actually. I think it's actually a fairly good opening, I think. And, you know, there's some good stories there. You have your likeable characters. I think it's a decent start, and it gets your attention. Season 2 is an improvement on that, of course. Season 3 is the Xindi arc, which is actually a very good arc. But then, of course, Season 4 is where it really hit stride. I mean, there's basically the way Season 4 worked in Enterprise. Okay, first of all, Enterprise is a prequel to the original series, so it's actually set before the original series. Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, and Voyager all happened like 100 years after the original series, which is like, what was that now? It was 2200, I think it was. So this is about 2100. And it's kind of like the establishment of the Federation, how the Federation set up its star fleets and everything, and it's very good. I like it. I mean, it's not my favourite, of course. Deep Space Nine is my favourite. I'd rank Next Generation above Enterprise, the original series as well, but I would rank Enterprise then above Voyager, because Voyager is my least favourite. So yeah, with Enterprise, you have your Jonathan Archer, you have your T'Pol, your Tucker, Lieutenant Tucker, and they're a great cast. I mean, John Billingsley as Dr. Phlox is a fabulous performance. and all the cast is great. Malcolm was underdeveloped, I will admit that, but you know, 4 seasons, I guess some character was bound to suffer, but overall it's a very good series. The visual effects, understandably, since it's the most recent, are the best. You know, strong CGI, strong makeup and everything. Season 4 I'll actually explain now, because I was going to explain that a while ago. It's split up into a whole bunch of kind of mini arcs, basically, and each mini arc kind of takes on an issue from the original series, or at least a continuation of it. Like, basically, you have your going back to the mirror universe, you have how the Klingons no longer had their bumpy foreheads for a while, you have the Vulcan, you know, follow the Vulcan High Command, all that, and it's excellent stuff, So Season 4 is definitely the best. Season 2 and 3 are very good. Season 1, of course, is the weakest, as you can probably see is a trend among most of the later series. But yeah, this Enterprise is definitely a good one. So, out of all of them, the only one I wouldn't really recommend is, well, out of all these... Actually, I'll head over here. Just one sec. There we go. So yeah, in the end, my favourite's Deep Space Nine. I think the stories are amazing, the Dominion War is amazing, it's all fantastic, and dark and moralistic. It is fantastic. And Next Generation then, great as well. Not as good as Deep Space Nine in my opinion, but very good. Just ignore the first, you know, okay, with Deep Space Nine and Next Generation, just ignore like first 2 seasons or 3 seasons in Deep Space Nine case. Okay, after that it would be the original series, in which case first 2 seasons are fantastic, season 3 is a bit weak. I mean, it's not bad, it just, you know, it didn't live up to the potential that the first 2 had. It was, the first 2 seasons are fantastic, and the 3rd season not so much. Then after that is Enterprise, which is a very good prequel in my opinion. I know they could have worked on some stuff better, but they were really setting themselves up for a long run and they got cut short. They had really hit their stride in season 4. I know the showrunner changed, so I can't say, oh, it was their plan from the beginning to actually, you know, work all the way to season 4 and beyond to set it up. No, I know that wasn't their master plan, but season 4 is very good. Season 3 I like a lot, and season 2 I like a lot, and season 1 even. Season 1 I think is fairly good. It's a good introducer, a good introductory thing. So I think it works. And after that then is Voyager, which of course I'm not very keen on. The main reason to see Voyager is the Doctor. The Doctor by Robert Picardo, epic, fantastic. Special effects are good too. I like the special effects in it. And some great episodes, mostly focusing on the Doctor and 7 of 9. A couple of Torres as well. And after that then would be the animated series, which, you know, I guess it's a trend for these weak series in the Star Trek canon. There's some very good episodes there, but there's not very much meat to the rest of it. Actually, if I'm correct, it's non-canon as well. I mean, there's no actual kind of continuity thing in it, so you could easily just skip it and just, you know, you wouldn't be missing out on anything. So yeah, so that's my opinion on the Star Trek series, and that also happens to be in my collection of TV series from Star Trek. Maybe I'll talk about the films in some other video. You can ask me to go through the films if you like this video. Of course, for all I know, you guys might have all been, you know, leaving. You might have been going, hey, this guy's boring, let's just leave this video. But anyway, you stuck around. I guess there's a guy I really like called Boogie, and he always kind of does this thing where put a comment in with a word, just check if you reach the end of the video. So I'll do that now. Type the word, okay, use the word
awesome. You just simply type awesome or use in a sentence, and that'll be evidence that you made it to the end of the video. So yeah, so thank you very much for watching. Hope that this was informative, and yeah, hoping to do the movie marathon soon, so keep an eye out for that. So bye.